Hi, I'm Ryan Stroud, CEO of Stay Alive LLC. I work with Dr. Lee Van Cleek. We're including the micro machines in our nutritional services, and I just want to do a short video and let you guys see what a micro machine is, kind of how it works, and give you a little bit of the basics about it. Here's a video on micro machines. Just looking at this is an 8-bin micro machine. Here's the bins. They're actually on a weighted scale, which can calculate how much of the ingredient goes in. This particular one, this bin's 4-plex. These two are empty, we're not using them currently. The other bins, there's going to be CellSaf, which is selenium, Monovit, which is rumensin, iodine, and we have Immuligo in here, which is the beta-glucan we use. Down here's, if you look, there's a bowl. Each one of these ingredients are on weighted scales, and then they calculate based off intakes. Goes into the bin, the bowl down here in the bottom. It's kind of hard to see. And then once it's weighed out and everything's there, it'll flush it with water. We can control how much water goes in to each load, but it's really not that much. I think it's like 15-20 gallons that goes over the mix. In the video, I'll put some red dye in there so that you can watch it mix and see it get distributed through the feed. But this is basically a good way to get your micro ingredients in. There's some cost savings to it, and we're actually feeding to intake and not overfeeding minerals. So over here's the control board. You can see that each one of them has the different bins, what's in them, what the weight is, so that we can inventory it. Over here would be your liquid bins. If we look here, here's our liquid bins. These basically are on scales 2. We've got vitamin A, D, and E, which is all separate, and it is pumped through these pumps, through the line into the bowl where it's weighed when we make the batch, and then it's pumped out once all the ingredients are in for that particular load. So I'm going to actually take you through what we're going to do, a high cal ration, and show you exactly what the feeder does. But for the nutritionists and the techs that enter stuff, they'll come to this screen. We have 3 different rations. One's high cal, fresh cal, low cal rations. We can tailor each one of them. This over here is basically what the nutritionist is asking on high cal ration. This is the consumption, which is 107 pounds right now. Occasionally we have to change that if we have feed changes. And that basically helps you calculate and target each load. So the feeder's only gonna see this screen, and he's just going to put in the weight as an as-fed load of how much the batches that he made. And then he selects high cal, fresh cal, or low cal, or close up, whatever it is. These are all can be tailored depending on what their nutrient requirements are or what the nutritionist wants to put in. And then he simply comes down here, high cal, puts the feed numbers in, and I'll have him do it later so you can watch it in real time. But he's basically gonna say high cal, it's 26,000 pounds, add ration, and then he'll hit start ration. The start ration screen, what it does is it gets the squirrels going over there and starts putting the ingredients in and weighing them out and getting a batch ready for that mix. And then when he's done with that, he'll hit pump, which will pump it from the machine, flush it up a tube that goes directly in the truck. So when he gets back to do a high cal load, we'll go through the actual process of him doing that. It's really easy for these feeders to do this. One of the things that we've noticed is when we get looking at target feeding each individual load, we're not overfeeding minerals and vitamins. So there's about a 5 to 6 cent savings just because we're hitting the requirements of the cow and not overdoing things. Where in a traditional bulk mineral from there, you're kind of digging a post hole with a snow shovel. And with this one, we can get really exact. It's super easy for the guys to run. It doesn't require internet to run it, but the internet is handy because the techs can remotely come in if there's any kind of problems, or if we need to switch the intakes or something like that. Only the tech and the nutritionist could do that. So it's not something that the feeder can get a hold of or mess up. This truck scheme, he can't change anything. Everything's locked out. You have to have passwords. So there's no way that he could accidentally change anything or anything like that. If anything's wrong with the batch, it'll alert the tech immediately through internet, and they all have them on phone. Everybody is on call. There's always somebody available, and most of the time they can fix stuff remotely unless it's a real mechanical problem and they can have to come in and do it, but you can still go on. But anyway, it's a very easy thing to run. It seems more complicated than it really is. We literally trained Devon in about 30 minutes how to do this. So next we'll do an actual ration. I'll put dye in it, and then we can show you a little bit of how it gets mixed up and how you can estimate how much time and stuff with the dye so that you know you're getting a good mix. So at this dairy, before Devon gets back here and we do a load, one of the things we have is we do on the macro minerals, we do a macro mineral mix, which we call the base mix. It's basically salt, limestone, and buffer. It's higher feed rate, so we just put that in the premix. Their macro minerals aren't designed to go through a micro machine. We're just putting the micro stuff and the vitamins. There's capabilities of putting the DFM type stuff or small inclusion type stuff in there. And that's kind of nice because you can use some of the ingredients you would normally wouldn't want to feed the whole herd, but you might want to feed your fresh cows or your close-ups a little bit different, throw some yeast in there. So you have the capability of targeting different ingredients, which opens up a lot of different technologies. For one, you can actually see the mineral or see it go in the mineral. You know it's going in there. You know your yeast is getting put at the right rates and it's getting mixed up for each load. So this is the macro mineral mix. It's no biggie, but we do use that, and you would have to buy the macros from a feed company, or you could actually, if you're big enough, you could buy each individual ingredient separate. This particular place, it just makes sense with commodity space to do a base mix. So this is Devon, he's the feeder, so he's gonna go ahead and put this into the computer. So this is a high cal ration. So high cal, batch size. So 25,995. Then he hits add and start. So that's going to get the machine going. And now it's starting to add ingredients. It's kind of hard to see the auger's move because it's such a small inclusion and they don't go very far, but this thing will really, there they go. The squirrels turn, so it's adding that. Then it will start pumping over the A, D, and E. You can hear them pumping now. So right now it's pumping E, and the A and D doesn't take very long. E takes a little longer because we put more in. So it's pumping it into the bowl. So this takes a little bit of time, and then we'll show it. We'll hit the flush, which will go in the truck, and I'll show that part. So he's about to hit the flush, which is going to pump all the micros on. Try to get it lined up in the middle of the two screws here so it gets a good mix, and that's wide off so it goes in both screws. The red dye we only do to test. I just put it in there so you can see it mix. And this should take 3 to 4 minutes after it gets done pumping to mix in. This is a good way to check your mixer and see if both screws are mixing good too. Start seeing it starting to blow around, it'll get mixed up a little better. see, but you can start to see some of the red dye in the feed. Starting to get mixed in pretty good now. We figure about 4 minutes. Sometimes it needs longer. A little more hay in the ration than we had before, so it might take another additional minute. But that red dye is how you can kind of gauge. We start seeing it completely through the whole ration. You can kind of gauge it. And then once we go look at the feed bunk, you can see how it's distributed. You know, the micros can be added in the middle of a mix if you have your feed station right. This particular dairy, the way it's logistically set up for the water and the electricity, we had to put it in a separate place, so we're going on the tail end of the load. There's the capability of running the AD&E on the premix. They're probably your lowest inclusions, but for right now this is what we're doing. It seems to be working pretty good. We've actually done some analysis on the micros and they come out pretty much spot on the TMRs, so we're pretty comfortable with what we're doing here. Go feed cows. This is where the start of the ration added. We'll just kind of walk down it from the beginning to the end. You can already see some of the red dye distributed. We can do the whole thing, but you can see it throughout the ration. You just see little specks of red. Anything that's white's going to be red. I'm just mainly looking that it's mixed through the whole ration to the end, so there's no dead spots in the wagon. This is the first part. I'm not going to walk down the whole thing, but it's a good way just to see it's mixed throughout the ration. If we go this way, this is kind of the tail end of the load. So if we go through the tail end, we can see some of the red. Let's see something. You can see it colors the hay really good. But it's just sprinkled. When you're in person, you can see it. It's sprinkled through the whole TMR, clear to the end. Imagine you can catch it on this. It's very easy, but anyway, I think you get the point. I'll get clear to the tail end of this deal, so you can see that the ration's got all the way through. It even mixes more when they're feeding, so this looks like a really good job. So this is pretty much the tail end of that 25,000 pound load. You can see we're still getting red all the way through it. Beats the heck out of the old jelly bean deal. So that's one cool thing about the Micro-Machine is I think you can actually tailor your feed program really good. And there's some tricks to do visually, be able to see you're doing stuff, not always have to rely on the labs all the time. Just use the labs to confirm what you already know. So this is basically the end of the load, and you can still see like this. There's some little bit of red through there, through there. I mean, it's mixed good. So that's it. Thank you. The last thing I want to talk about is we can go into the deal. This is basically if I return back to the mainstream, we can do reports. You can do all kinds of reports. I'm just going to pull up the last batch made, and you can do historical reports, but basically it'll tell you what you're targeting to put in. Like on the first line, fourplex, 1.509 grams, it puts in 1.502, so there was a little bit of an error there, but it's very minor errors. The machine itself, as the more you use it, the more you do inventories, it actually, the numbers get closer, but they're very close. They're closer than you could get with just a regular mineral from a mill. We're very accountable as far as you'll get a bill for each individual ingredient, you know, to the gram of how much that ingredient is used in your ration, and you'll get a price on each one. So there's a lot of transparency here. Not so much, you know, there's a lot of guys that do bulk minerals, they don't know for sure what they're buying. And, you know, I think that we need to be a little bit more transparent with what we do. So at the end, you know, this machine's really easy to use. It is an asset that has to be maintained, but it's maintained by the supplier. You know, there's no contracts as far as, you know, you have to buy from them. We can still bid stuff out, still make sure they're competitive. But it's a very good technology, and it's very transparent, and we're accountable for everything we do as a nutritionist, because there is no way on this thing that you don't know exactly what's going on every single load. So, thanks.